When you scroll through Amazon, you see a ton of dehumidifiers that promise industrial strength performance and sleek, compact designs. The problem is, most of those listings look great on paper but end up being either underpowered for a real basement or way too bulky for a closet. I've talked to a few homeowners who bought a big-name unit, set it up, and then watched the humidity dial barely move while the water tank filled faster than they could empty it. If you're nervous about repeating that mistake, you're in the right place. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What we're looking at today is the ALORAIR 264 PPD commercial dehumidifier with pump. It's marketed as a high-performance, portable unit that can handle the kind of moisture load you'd find after a flood, in a damp crawl space, or in a commercial setting that needs continuous control. The promise is clear: pull up to 264 pints of water per day under saturation conditions, stay compact enough to move around with its retractable handle and wheels, and give you a simple readout that doesn't require a tech manual. Let's break down why that matters in a real-world scenario. Imagine you've just finished a basement renovation and the concrete walls are still releasing moisture. A standard residential dehumidifier might struggle to bring the humidity down below 50% because it can only handle a fraction of that load. The ALORAIR, on the other hand, is built to handle 264 pints per day when the air is at saturation, meaning it's designed for that worst-case, waterlogged environment. In a more typical home setting where the humidity is lower, the unit drops to about 125 pints per day according to the AHAM rating, which is still a solid amount for a single-room application. Portability is another point that often gets glossed over in listings. Most heavy-duty units sit on a permanent platform, and if you ever need to move it, say you're rotating it between a basement and a garage, those wheels are a lifesaver. The ALORAIR's retractable handle folds neatly into the body, and the wheels are sturdy enough to roll over carpet without wobbling. I've seen users set it up on a narrow stairwell, pull it up a floor, and it slides into position without a crew. That flexibility translates into real money saved if you're renting or if you need the unit for short-term projects like water damage restoration after a pipe burst. Now, the control interface is intentionally minimal. There's a single temperature and humidity display that shows readings at both the inlet and outlet, so you can see exactly how much moisture is being extracted from the incoming air. No labyrinth of menus, no hidden settings that require a smartphone app. For anyone who's not a HVAC geek, that simplicity reduces the learning curve dramatically. You turn it on, set the desired humidity, and let it run. The pump, which automatically pushes water into a drain hose, means you don't have to manually empty a large bucket every few hours, perfect for continuous operation. That said, there are a few trade-offs that matter once you've got the unit humming. First, the power draw is 8.1 amps at its maximum capacity. In a typical 120V home circuit, that's roughly a 1 kilowatt load. If you plan to run it alongside other high-draw appliances on the same circuit, you could trip a breaker. The solution is to dedicate a dedicated line or make sure you're not overloading the circuit during peak usage. Second, while the pump does a good job of moving water out, it's not a set-and-forget solution for a completely dry environment. If your space is already fairly dry, the unit will cycle on and off more frequently, which can increase wear on the pump over time. That's not a deal-breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're looking for a unit to run continuously in a climate-controlled storage area. Who should buy this? If you're a homeowner dealing with a damp basement, a small commercial space like a gym locker room, or a contractor who needs a reliable piece of gear for water damage restoration, the ALORAIR hits the sweet spot. Its capacity covers the heavy load scenarios, its portability means you can move it between jobs, and the straightforward interface lets you focus on drying, not fiddling with settings. The 6-year limited warranty also adds a layer of confidence, especially for professionals who expect a long service life from their equipment. Who should skip it? If you're looking for a tiny, bedroom-sized unit for a single closet or a low-humidity environment, you'll probably be overpaying for power you'll never need. Also, renters who can't install a dedicated drain line might find the pump's hose requirement a hassle, especially if the building's layout forces you to route the hose through windows or doors. In those cases, a smaller, self-draining unit with a removable tank could be a better fit. Let's talk about the value proposition beyond the headline numbers. The 264 ppd rating sounds impressive, but the real value is in the combination of that capacity with the human-focused design. The wheels and handle.